Avi Meyers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. Dial us up on the web at ntnm.org, where you're going to find YouTube videos of all our various guests. Jewish Chicago is out and on the street, and pick it up. You can find it everywhere from just south of the Loop, all along Lakeshore Drive, to the northern Jewish parts of the city, throughout the north and northwest suburbs. Basically, if you'll find corned beef or lox somewhere, chances are good you'll find Jewish Chicago. And also at selected Chinese restaurants, because Jewish people do tend to like Chinese food. In any event, and by the way, you can also get it at Jewish bookstores and Jewish places. Anyway, it is my pleasure to introduce you to a candidate for the 9th Subcircuit, someone we've had on before, and someone who is very highly thought of with high bar ratings, and somebody who actually wrote a book with a character named Seymour Hirsch, which is Sonny's legal name.
It was long before I came on the show.
And we're talking about Judge Larry Axelrood. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me again.
First of all, my pleasure. And you're a very verbose guy. Tell us about you.
Well, I've been an associate judge for 6.5 years. For the last approximately 4 years, I've been in the Skokie Courthouse. I'm duly assigned to the criminal division out of 26 in California and to the 2nd District. The importance of that is that there are 4 Chicago felony courtrooms in the Skokie Courthouse, and I move back and forth between the 4 Chicago felony courtrooms and the 2nd District courtrooms. In addition to that, I do 2 specialty courtrooms. I do a veterans call and a mental health call. Both of them are designed to create treatment alternatives to incarceration for nonviolent offenders. The veterans call, we work exhaustively and almost exclusively with the Veterans Administration. We use their resources and we have their help, and I went through training from the Veterans Administration. And with the mental health court, we use existing resources through the state and private entities that provide services. So both of these courtrooms use existing resources, so we're doing more with less, which is a great thing in this day and age.
No, that's terrific, and that's the way it's going to have to be if you want to get results.
Well, I've been thrilled with the results we have in both. Obviously, with the resources with the veterans, we have more to draw on. It's a different clientele because the veterans, at this point, they're almost exclusively combat veterans from Iraq or Afghanistan. And these are men and women that were functioning at a very high level at one point, and since their service have fallen away, so our efforts are to try to get them back on track. And we have great resources, and there are people that at one time were highly functioning. So our success with the veterans has been tremendous. In approximately 2 years, my veterans court is now the 2nd biggest in the state of Illinois.
Wow.
Now the mental health court, we're dealing with people that have profound, chronic, long-term mental health problems. And so our successes there are more incremental, and they are also, we take pride in smaller successes and smaller victories than we do in, for example, the veterans call.
Having been a writer in college and all that, I spent 1.5 years working at a halfway house in Uptown for people that 119 of the 120 people there were diagnosed as paranoid schizophrenic. I forget what the other one was. And these were people who really belonged in the mental health hospitals, but there wasn't enough room, so they were sent to places like halfway houses, where the care of the place that I was at, which is why they hired somebody like me, was inadequate, because I really wasn't qualified to be there, to be honest about it, and the state closed them down a few months after I left. Not a coincidence. I just got sick of working there and seeing the way they ran the place.
Well, I am fortunate that the people that are on my team are tremendous. So we have healthcare professionals and people in task and probation that come together, and just the amount of effort that all these people put in is amazing to me. And we have situations where we'll have somebody in a treatment program through mental health court, and on Thursday we find out that on Friday the funding runs out. And,
wow.
And it's not been uncommon for people in our team to work the entire weekend to get them placed someplace else to try and keep continuity in the treatment. So I'm extraordinarily fortunate to have the talented people on that team that work with me. And it is completely different than any other judicial duties I've ever held, because when I'm in a courtroom, we're deciding whether it's going to be a trial, a jury trial, a bench trial, whether there's going to be motions, whether or not it's going to be disposed of by a plea. It's more about determining the outcome of a case and the proper punishment. In this, it's all about treatment. And so I step out of the normal role of being a judge, and I become some hybrid. And it's been a tremendous learning experience for me. It's been 2 years, but it's gone by in a flash. It's amazing.
It actually sounds fascinating. And well, first of all, I guess you're from the nonprofit side of life that way. What I was on, they were basically bulking the people of the state, which is, I'd rather not dwell on. I'd rather talk about you. Let's talk about the campaign trail.
Well, the campaign trail is interesting. I like to say that running a campaign is like bailing water with a fork. You just have to keep going and make it work. The hard thing, my race is the last race on the ballot. And I'm in this race, and the people in this race all want to be judges. It's a great job. I love it. But I'm the only one that has the experience, and I have all the bar associations. I gave you the results. Highly qualified, highly recommended, going down through them.
You've got as close to a perfect score as I've ever seen.
Well, I'm waiting for one more to come back, and I'm hoping to finish strong, which when you go to the ballot, I'd like you to finish strong and find me at the end of the ballot and vote for Larry Axelrood. How's that for a plug?
Why not? What's your punch number?
I don't know yet.
Ah, okay. Oh, there's an appeal in the case still, or?
No, we're going for it, but I don't think the numbers have come out yet.
Ah, okay. So if people want to contact your campaign?
www.electjudgeaxelrood.org. Axelrood is spelled AXELROOD. Electjudgeaxelrood.org.
Yeah, not the Axelrod the way David spells it, 2 O's.
2 O's. One too many O to be related to anyone in politics here.
Which actually is probably a really good thing and speaks well of you.
I hope so.
Anyway, I want to thank you very much for being here. Judge Larry Axelrood, candidate for the 9th Subcircuit. I want to wish you a lot of luck in the election.
Thank you so much.